Good evening, everyone, and Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy New Year, and Happy Holidays to each and every one of you. It's great to have a packed house today with our young people for the school representatives from the Springfield Empowerment Zone. We have some middle school mainly and high school, but it's just great to see you. Uh, Attorney Peter Murphy sends his regrets. He's a little bit under the weather. Murph, we hope you feel better. School committeeman Chris Collins is on virtually, and Chris, we're glad you're feeling better. And school committee woman Latonia Naylor will be on her way. And with that, let's open up now with Aspire Academy is in the house. Principal Tiffany Carr, and we have Myasia Barnett. If I pronounce your name wrong, correct it. And Nyasia Blake. 11th and 12th graders from Aspire Academy. Come on down. And I have to say, I spoke to some of the students earlier. You all look so sharp tonight. Thank you. You look so sharp.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Myasia Barnett. I'm speaking on the behalf of Aspire Academy. So I'm speaking here today to tell my experience. If I will say something is the best choice for me, I would say Aspire was a great choice. For me, it benefited me in my life in many ways. I want to start off by saying Aspire is an amazing school. Before I came to Aspire, I wasn't where I needed to be, and I wasn't succeeding in certain subjects where I should have been. I didn't care for school as much as I do now, because I thought since I wasn't making any growth that I would just pay it in mind and just get to it later. Aspire has shown me you could have a second chance and still make your way to the top by just simply coming to school and applying yourself. When I first came to Aspire, my growth increased instantly. I was becoming more proud of myself that it motivated me to keep working. Someone once told me to stop cutting myself short, and it stuck with me. I knew that the career I wanted, which is being a nurse working in the NICU, I have to put the work in order to get there. I recently just completed my college courses for early childhood development that Aspire has set up for me. By giving me free access to college courses with a career that could benefit me once I graduate, I have been at Aspire for about 2 years now, and I'm still succeeding preparing myself for the end, but also producing all the work I need to graduate. Therefore, in my opinion, I think Aspire is a great fit for anyone who's truly struggling and wants to change, or even a straight A student, since it has many resources and abilities. I am forever grateful for this opportunity.
Nice job, Ms. Barnett. And we're also joined by our great student representative, Ava Moore, who represents Putnam Vocational Technical Academy. You got a fan right there, so clapping for you. So thank you, Ava. Miss Blake?
Good evening. My name is Nyasia Blake. I want to start by saying Aspire is a great school. I've been here about 5 months, and I haven't regretted it once. I believe when it comes to high school, you should pick a school for you. I chose myself and where I wanted to be. If I didn't, I wouldn't be where I am now. I'm close to the end, but I could say the way Aspire has helped me in the last couple months has made an impact on my schoolwork in many subjects. After I graduate high school in the summer, I'm interested in being a social worker, and my school, Aspire, now is helping me get there. In January, I'll be taking classes at Stick Community College, and I'll be starting an internship with Square One. I don't believe I could have gone far without the help of my school. They show me every day I'm very capable of getting there, and what I want for my life is possible. So therefore, I will continue to take any resources they give out for me to be able to reach my fullest potential.
Thank you, Ms. Blake. Good job. Duggan Academy's in the house, middle and high school. I know Principal Mike Calvanese is here, and Assistant Principal April Robinson's here, and we have Zayden Rivera Johnson and Maribel. If I pronounce your name incorrectly, please correct me. Jamira, so correct me. Come on down, Jimara. You got to correct me, okay? Looking sharp, both of you.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor Sarno, Superintendent Dr. Donnell, school committee members, friends, and family. My name is Zayden Rivera Johnson, and today I'm going to be talking about my experience at John J. Duggan Academy. I'm a published author and a motivational speaker, and I have also spoken at different schools and hosted many book signings. And these are my two books, The Adventures of Zayden and His Friends, Book 1, and The Adventures of Zayden and His Friends, Book 2. My experience at Duggan Academy has been good so far. It's my first year there, and I think that it's a safe learning environment. I'm also a student ambassador, so I help with our community meetings that we have. At the community meetings, we play fun games, and I also help out with setting the games up. I'm also a straight-A student, and I think that Duggan Academy is a great school, and it is also challenging for somebody that's smart. I would recommend this school to somebody that just needs a good public school to go to. Thank you.
Zayden, great job. And oh, by the way, a straight A student. Very good. Getting past. Hi, Maribel. How are you?
I'm good.
How do you pronounce your last name? Because I know I screwed it up.
It's Jamra.
I was close. Okay, I apologize.
Good evening, Mayor Sarno, Superintendent Denal, and distinguished members of the school board committee. My name is Mirabel Jamra, and I am a senior at John J. Duggan Academy. I am deeply thankful for this opportunity to speak to you all this evening. I want to begin by expressing my gratitude for your unwavering commitment to fostering an environment where students like me are empowered to thrive, discover our potential, and take on challenges we once thought impossible. At Duggan, I've been given the opportunity to grow and develop a strong sense of my individuality. One of the most impactful experiences for me has been participating in the female empowerment program called the Royals, led by Ms. Brown. Shout out, Ms. Brown. The Royals have equipped me with the ability to speak on issues that are not often talked about, such as mental health and how to overcome obstacles. I've also met some amazing people along the way who have spoken about their experiences and how they built themselves up in the face of adversity. As I reflect on my journey at Duggan, it has become clear that the education and the experiences that I have gained have been pivotal in shaping my future goals. I have been able to apply the lessons I've learned in the classroom to my life outside of school, and I know those classroom experiences have set me up for something even greater. While I have been accepted to many colleges so far, I've yet to make my final decision. However, one of my aspirations is to become a traveling doctor. I look forward to having the ability to not only explore the world, but to serve those who are in need. I've actively sought programs like Doctors Without Borders to learn more about global health initiatives. Traditionally, I would describe myself as a shy person. This isn't the best trait to have for a career I want. Fortunately, I have been given the opportunity to step out my comfort zone and practice speaking in front of a wider audience. During my time at Duggan, I've also been blessed with speaking opportunities and leadership training. I've spoken in front of my classmates with presentations and speeches, shared my voice in the operational leadership team, exchanging ideas that strengthen our school's community. This included organizing events such as pep rallies and dances, As a yearbook member, we worked diligently this year to raise money so that the entire senior class will receive a yearbook. Also, these opportunities have taught me the importance of collaboration, initiative, and service. These are skills I now possess that will help me as I pursue my dreams. Thank you for your time, and I wish you all a wonderful holiday. Happy New Year.
Maribel, good job. Good job. Thank you. Okay, Van Sickle Academy is in the house, and I see Bobby Francesca is here. Ronnie McCoy, Principal Bobby Francesca, Assistant Principal Ronnie McCoy, and Assistant Principal Mark Gomes are here. And tonight they brought with them Carl Pierre, who's a sixth grader, and Mara Lichka, correct me if I'm wrong, Pierre, who's an eighth grader. Come on down. I would assume this is a brother and sister team here? Okay, very good.
Good evening, Superintendent Donald Mayor Sarno and the Honorable School Committee members. My name is Carl Pierre, and I am a sixth grader at Van Sickle Academy. Thank you for allowing me to speak with you tonight. I wanted to talk about the subject I like in school and why. The subject that I am best at in social studies is social studies. I chose this subject because I like to study about history. My favorite thing that I'm learning about in social studies is ancient Egypt. In ancient Egypt, they built the pyramids only for the most important person in their family members, the pharaoh. I find this interesting because they created technology that is still being studied today. I think that to be able to create something that holds interest of people is amazing. I look forward to seeing what we study next. I would also like to talk about a moment I felt of myself recently concerning school. It was map testing day. I honestly thought I would go down since I did practice before I did this. Some of the questions were easy, some of them were hard. The hardest one, in my opinion, is the type of problem that asks you to multiply 7 by the power of 4. The first time I came across this type of question, I had no idea what it meant. But since I had a teacher who helped me, I was ready and prepared and understood what it was asking me to do. I thought that going to middle school was it for me. I thought that I wouldn't make friends, but I was wrong. My friends are the best friends I've had in years. I can't forget about my teachers. The teachers didn't just help me with my assignments, they helped me understand. They explained things so that it makes sense. They helped me with the material I get stuck on. They set a lot of goals for me to complete and help me grow as a student and person. I hope the rest of the year goes as well or goes better. This year is going by quickly. Thank you for allowing me to have this opportunity to speak to you.
How we go, Carl. Good job. Okay, sis, you're up now.
Good evening, Superintendent Donal, Mayor Sarno, and honorable school committee members. Hello, my name is Marlisha, and today I'll be talking about my experience at Van Sickle Academy. Last year, I joined Van Sickle Academy in 7th grade. Things started to fall in place for me. My academic scores improved significantly, but it wasn't about the grades. It was about the people I surrounded myself with. When I first came to Van Sickle Academy, I wasn't sure what to expect, like many students starting a new school. But what I realized was that environment was different than I thought. I found myself surrounded by the teachers who cared about my growth and success. They didn't just teach lessons and give assignments, they made sure I understood the material and stayed on track. By also giving me advice on how to approach difficult topics. With the guidance of my teachers, I have become more responsible and to stay on top of all my assignments. Not everyone will like everything in a school, but having the right people around you can make a difference. I have also learned about myself, especially when it comes to my friend group, which has changed during the middle school years, because I realized that you don't need to be friends with a lot of people. It's better to keep your circle small and to be focused academically instead of worrying about what people think of you. Thank you.
Way to go, Marilicia. And thank you for the good wisdom and advice. Van Sickle Prep is in the house. Principal Bobby Francesca and Assistant Principal Ronnie McCoy and Assistant Principal Mark Gomes. Connor Murray, who's a 7th grader, and you're going to have to help me with this. Say it again. How, Bobby, what's it? Dulce Pena. Come on down. Thank you, Bobby.
Good evening, Superintendent Denal, Mayor Sarno, and the Honorable School Committee members. My name is Connor Murray. I would like to share my first impression of middle school. I started off at the school thinking, why do I have to go to middle school? Someone in my life said, the reason why you must go to school is because you have a lot to learn. I agree, I do have a lot to learn. When I started off my first day of sixth grade, I thought it was going to be different. I walked into my new teacher's classroom thinking, I hope this teacher is nice. When I got into the classroom, I was greeted by the teacher, welcome, sit where you like. We would have a bit more freedom than elementary school, and I knew that I needed to be more independent. I walked into my new English classroom thinking, I hope this teacher is nice. I ended up being true. It ended up being all true. All my teachers were nice and I learned a lot too, but I saw a lot of changes too. When I got into seventh grade, I missed the first week of school and I had bad grades because I missed a lot of work. But at the end of the quarter, I had all good grades. My teachers helped me catch up. I stayed after school and worked hard. Halfway through the year now, I have all A's and B's. I am proud of myself and I know my teachers are too. The 2 years I have been here, I have always loved math. When I am in math, I always get good grades on tests. I love how the teachers explain things, and this helps me understand the task. My teacher explains things if I am confused, so that is my favorite subject. My other favorite subject is science. When I am in science, I try my best because I want to be an astronaut. I want to be an astronaut because I always wanted to learn about space. I wanted to help scientists find a way to live in space. I will keep trying, do my best, and with the help of my teachers and family, I will reach the stars. Thank you.
Hey, way to go. How we go, Connor? Ms. Pena, thank you. We're also joined by my friend and colleague, my Senator Adam Gomez is here, who will be honoring in a regular school committee meeting. Ms. Pena, the podium is yours.
Good evening, Superintendent Denal, Mayor Sarno, and honorable school committee members. My name is Dulce Liz Peña. I have been in the same school building for my whole middle school experience. I spent 6th and 7th grade in Rise Prep before our school changed to Vansicle Prep. My experience in Rise was not life-thrilling towards my education and what I believe was the right to behave. Rise Prep would mostly just let us have freedom. We would not learn anything because of the students who would act out. However, also the teachers who needed the right mindset to teach. My education was not getting anywhere, and I did not think I would get into a good high school. Our MAP scores were low, and so were our grades. Ever since our school changed to Vansicle Prep, my education has grown. Our MAP scores are even better than before and are finally reaching the standards that 8th graders were supposed to attend. Because of our new and highly intelligent teachers, we are finally getting the occasion I believe we deserved. This change has filled me with hope for the future. Another thing I like about Vansicle Prep is its structure. Everything is highly organized, which is a subtle way to prepare you for your life. Our staff would ensure it was fair between both prep and academy. They ensure you get your grades up and act right to get into the high school you want to attend. Overall, my experience in Vansicle Prep has been amazing, and I am confident that I will get into the high school and college I would like.
Nice job, Ms. Pena. Good job. Thank you. Early Career Academy at Rise is in the house. Assistant Principal Christina Bromberg is here. Jose Flores, who is a 10th grader, come on down. Oh, is he coming now? Oh, that was my pal there. He's looking sharp tonight. Thanks, George. Yeah. All right, Jose. Thank you, George.
Good evening,
Good evening.
Mayor Sarno, Superintendent Darnell, and the rest of the respectable school committee. I am Joel Horace, and I am thrilled to be speaking to you in this evening. All scholars who are enrolled at Rise Early College Academy at Rise are quick to encounter the small population, which enables us to create and establish interpersonal relationships between staff and students. Therefore, they are able to encourage us to participate and engage in extracurriculars like band, ethnic studies, and student council. These activities teach us important skills that include collaboration, leadership, and how to build relationships with the external outside workforce. In addition, we are given the opportunity to partake in early college classes at STIC through the early college program, in which I proudly partake in Psychology 101 and Computer Basics. In which I took my final today and ended up with an A- in psychology.
Oh, how we go? Way to go, doctor.
Over these 2 years that I've been at early college academy at Rise, I've seen that we get a boost and exposure to higher education in which will help us reach our capacity and capability to be the best people we can be. I wanted to leave this with you to ruminate at the rest of the night and say, remember, disabled does not mean that you are unable, but you are differently able, and do not limit yourself. Let me be living testimony, and always remember that. Thank you.
Great job, Jose. You killed it. Great job. Yeah. Jose, I told you you would nail it, and you did. Great job. Very heartfelt. Thank you, Jose. Last but not least, John F. Kennedy Middle School's in the house. I know Principal Matty Sullivan's here, and Jordan Creed is here. Inez Carter, 7th grade. Come on down. How you doing, Inez?
I'm doing good.
Okay.
Good evening, Mayor Sarno, Superintendent Denell, and estimated members of school committee. My name is Anas Carter, and I'm 7th grade student at Kennedy Middle School. I really enjoy going to Kennedy Middle School because I have learned a lot, and I have math scores to prove it. Also, I made really good friends. Prior to Kennedy, I did not like school as much, but now I do not want to miss a day. I feel happy now and fully supported. Staff like Miss Jackie, Miss Janelle, Mr. Robinson, and Mr. Cree are always there for me. Ms. Janelle goes beyond her duties and as a behavior interventionist and helps me with the academics. She also helps me when I'm mad or sad so I don't crash out. Ms. Jackie helps me navigate peer conflicts that arise. These skills have helped me develop lifelong friendships with my friends Will Madero, Louis Angel, Resto III, and Josiah. Mr. Cree helps me so much too. He helps everybody in SEBS by taking anybody on a walk when they need one, and he is just like Miss Janelle by helping everybody when they are mad or sad. I really enjoy spending time with my classmates and challenging ourselves to learn every day. My favorite subject is math, science, and ELA. In the ELA, Ms. Cortelli has me writing every day and editing my work. In science, we learned about the anatomy of frogs. Mr. Robinson led a great lab and allows us to just dissect frogs. I was scared at first because I thought one of the frogs was going to jump on me. Well, it didn't. The best part of my math teacher is Mr. Copeland. He teaches with such weirdness, but somehow it works. And we learn together. He teaches me grade level math, such as proportional relationships. Also, he introduced me to high school grade level math, so I could feel better prepared for high school. Recently, we worked on completing the square, and I think it's really easy. I know that when I leave Kennedy, I will be ready for high school. My goal for the next quarter is to start making some inclusion classes and continue to grow behaviorally and academically. One day, I even may be valedictorian.
Nice job, Inez. Good job. And to all our student speakers tonight, outstanding, and we wish you continued success in and out of the classroom. And to all the educators, thank you very much. It's obviously very positive indications tonight. With that, that concludes our student speak out updates tonight. We'll take a 1-minute recess to go into our regularly scheduled meeting. You're more than welcome to stay. Thank you very much. Good evening. We'll call the meeting to order. Mr. Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Ms. Monroe Naylor, Mr. Collins,
Mr. Collins, virtual, yes.
Ms. Gresham, Ms. Hurst, Attorney Murphy,
Attorney Murphy sends his regrets. He's a little bit under the weather. Murph, we hope you're feeling better.
absent. Mr. Gonzalez,
Here.
Mayor Sarno.
Present. Can we all please rise for a moment of silence and the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the
United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. And first of all, on behalf of myself and school committee, we wish you a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and a joyous and healthy New Year. We're also school committeeman. Mr. Collins is virtual. We're glad you're feeling better. Chris, And we're also joined by Senator Jake Oliveira, who was here. Senator, we were together this morning, and obviously Senator Adam Gomez, who will be honoring tonight, is also here. With that, we'll move into approval of the minutes. Section 2, approve the minutes of school committee regular meeting on November 21st, 2024. Any questions or comments? Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Hurst. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Gresham. Roll call vote required. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Ms. Monroe Naylor,
Yes.
Mr. Collins,
Yes.
Ms. Gresham,
Yes.
Ms. Hurst,
Yes.
Attorney Murphy, absent. Mr. Gonzalez,
Yes.
Mayor Sarno.
Yes, more than sufficient votes, matter passes. Thank you. We also have our great student representative, Ava Moore, here, also from Putnam Vocational Technical Academy. B is to approve the minutes of school committee special meeting on November 22nd, 2024. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, is there a motion on the floor?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Gresham. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Naylor. Roll call vote is required. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Ms. Monroe Naylor,
Yes.
Mr. Collins,
Yes.
Ms. Gresham,
Yes.
Ms. Hurst,
Yes.
Attorney Murphy, absent. Mr. Gonzalez,
Yes.
Mayor Sarno.
Yes, more than sufficient votes, matter passes. Thank you very much. We are now going to move to recognize Senator Adam Gomez for being honored the Mass Association of School Committee Board of Directors as the association's 2024 Legislator of the Year. As a matter of fact, for the Mass School Committee Sub-Board is here. So Glenn Kuchar's here. The award recognizes Senator Gomez's respective efforts and continuing leadership in the areas of collaboration, cooperation, civility, and for advocating for social and economic justice for the students and families. Superintendent, Dr. Deneau, please.
Thank you so much, Mayor Sarno. Good evening, everyone. I had the pleasure of meeting Senator Adam Gomez when I was a principal at the High School of Commerce, and he pledged his support to us, and he made good on that pledge for the duration of my time there and far beyond my time at Commerce. Senator Gomez is truly an advocate for education. To say that he cares about the educational well-being of the students in the city is a gross understatement. He has shown his concern and his care, and he has championed our students on Beacon Hill time and time and time again. He is truly an advocate, a cheerleader, a friend, a supporter, and an amazing example. We appreciate you, Senator Adam Gomez. We couldn't do this job without you. He was one of the first individuals who called me when I was selected to be superintendent. He has been in my corner ever since, and I truly appreciate his advocacy. Thank you so much for all that you do for our students, our families, and for the schools of Springfield. Thank you.
All right, you got plenty of fans in the crowd, Adam. So, oh, wait a minute. We do. Come on up. That's what I thought. Senator, come on up. Okay, that's, I was wondering about that.
Oh, I was waiting for you. Well, thank you
Thank-
so much, all the members of the school committee, yourself, Mr. Mayor. My name is Mildred LeBave. I am the Vice Chair of the Holyoke School Committee and the 2024 President for the Massachusetts Association of School Committees. And I am joined today by our Executive Director, Glenn Kuchar,
All right, Glenn.
Field Director, Liz LaFond,
Hey, Liz.
and what's the best part is our incoming National School Board Association and my colleague on the Holyoke School Committee, Devin Sheehan.
Devin, yep.
So, as mentioned, yes, the Massachusetts Association of School Committees has chosen Senator Adam Gomez as the legislator of the year, especially for all the hard work that he's done for our children and families across Springfield and in the areas that he represents. But I also have two colleagues as well on your board, Ms. Hurst, who is the president-elect for Massachusetts Association of School Committees, and Latonia Monroe Naylor, who is the vice chair of the diversity. So if you guys can come up so we can present the award and anything that you wanted to share about Senator Adam Gomez, because I do feel that it's the words from the community on what he does for it.
Thank you.
I'm going to be Vanna White.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
To those in the viewing audience and to our members on the Springfield School Committee, it is an honor and a pleasure to bestow this award upon you. There's no one else more deserving here in the western part of the state. You've made history by being our very first Latino elected to the state Senate, and we really appreciate all that you have done on behalf of public education. I remember the meeting that it came up for a vote, and I was sitting at my little corner doing something, and they said, Senator Adam Gomez from Springfield, and I was like, oh, that's me, that's my district. And it was a unanimous vote, and we are so happy to bestow this upon you. Thank you for all that you do.
Thank you, Denise. Sonia?
So I had to come down and give Senator Gomez a hug. I am just so thankful to have you as a friend, as a colleague. Sorry, my back is to you. But as a friend, as a colleague, someone who advocates for the community tirelessly. People don't know the half, and yet you press your way through to advocate for our community, for our children, for our schools, and make sure that we have what we need, that we have the funding that we need, and not just the schools, but also our community centers, our youth development programs that support our children. You are there, you have lived it, you have experienced it, and you make sure that you have not forgotten where you came from or how you got there. So we just thank you so much for this honor to bestow upon you and to stand with you.
Thank you, Latonia. Well, I know that some school committee members would like to make some comments too. Vice Chair Gonzalez?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Senator Gomez, so many words were shared this evening, and perhaps what I have to share, I don't know how much of it I can embellish more about who you are and the selfless advocate that you are for our city. And it's no mistake that the city knows that, and the people of this city know who you are. I mean, just from your landslide victory this past election, because the people support you. And there's just a passage of scripture that I would like to share with you as a friend and as a brother, because many of times when there's crisis that don't hit the paper, there's folks like Senator Gomez behind the scenes trying to solve things in our community, like the north end of our city where we call home. And that passage is this, and my prayer for you is this in this new season and new year, that you would not grow weary in doing that which is good. So God bless you. Wishing you continued success, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chair Gonzalez. Any other school committee members? Ms. Gresham, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Senator Gomez, we appreciate your dedication and your tirelessly working for us in the communities. This is an honor to be well deserved. You well deserve that. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gresham.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Collins.
Adam, the
Right here. I see.
couple of things that make you very, very special are that you always, always are focused on and remember the children of Springfield. And you have a better listening ability than almost anybody I know in elected office. And that's what makes you special to all of us. Thank you for your advocacy for all of our children.
Thank you, Mr. Collins. Senator Gomez, thank you for your continued efforts. We were together this morning with Senator Oliveira on our continued efforts to make sure we have health insurance for all our people in the city of Springfield and in your district. And I appreciate your efforts. You haven't forgotten your roots, and that's key because when you're moving forward, you can relate to what many of our young people go through. And whether we're building new schools or we're advocating for more funding for our young people, that is key. And we appreciate your advocacy, your leadership, and this is quite a prestigious award with that. So I congratulate you, and I wish you good health too. With that, we'll turn the podium over to you, Senator Gomez.
Thank you so much. I really do appreciate. Usually, after a while, when you receive a lot of awards, I've received many Legislator of the Year awards. And in my young career in the legislature, sometimes I keep on telling people, I was like, I've been trying to keep my head down and just put the good work in front of me. But this one means so much to me, and I'm taking a side from it because I got to receive it right here where it first all started for me, here in City Hall. And before I get long-winded, I'm gonna read what I wrote so I could stay on track at home base. But I just want to say to Mr. Mayor, Superintendent Denal, my friends on the school committee, I'm just deeply humbled, but also I want to also thank the Massachusetts Association of School Committees. There are so many individuals that have put so much work into education, especially when it comes to our kids here at the Commonwealth, and to bestow this honor on me, a kid that came from the north end of Springfield, my family. No pun intended, but our family, our road to this point hasn't been no Christmas. But indeed, this is a great day in the city of Springfield. And I just want to say thank you so much for this incredible honor. I stand before you today deeply humbled and grateful to be recognized as Legislator of the Year by the Massachusetts Association of School Committees. This award is not just a reflection of my efforts, but a testament to the collective dedication of educators, parents, and students, and community leaders who tirelessly advocate for our schools and our children's future. Education is the bedrock of our society, and in 2024, the Massachusetts State Legislature made significant strides in reinforcing that foundation. This year, we committed unprecedented investments in education to ensure that every child, regardless of their background or where they live, has access and quality learning opportunities. We allocated to increase funding to public schools across the Commonwealth and enabling local districts to enhance their programs, hire more qualified teachers, and invest in essential resources that foster a nurturing learning environment. This investment is not merely about numbers and a budget. It's about creating classrooms where every student feels valued and empowered to reach their full potential. Additionally, we recognize the urgent need to address educational inequities. The funding directed towards under-resourced areas aims to close the achievement gap and providing necessary support to students who face systematic challenges. We implemented initiatives to promote early childhood education, which I was very proud in the discussions that it was this school committee many moons ago, which seems like it was yesterday, under the leadership of you, Mayor Sarno, that invested in free pre-K across the city. And these initiatives promote, like I said, early childhood education, ensuring that our youngest learners have the strongest start by investing in after-school programs and mental health resources. We are promoting holistic development and well-being for all of our students, not just a few, but all of them here in the city of Springfield and across the Commonwealth. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the unwavering commitment of our legislative partners, my partner here in Springfield, Jake Oliveira, that's with me. Also, our Springfield delegation, Carlos Gonzalez, Orlando Ramos, Bud Williams, Angela Pupolo, and Brian Ash. To me, I think we have one of the strongest delegations in the Commonwealth, and we're very lucky to have a team that stands up for Springfield every single moment, that when we're in the room, it's like Captain Planet in some weird way. I don't know where I'm going with that, but we have a great team. I honestly believe that we do. And from there, you know, it's the commitment to our educators and also the school committee members. Your tireless advocacy and passion for students inspire me daily. You are on the front lines, shaping young minds and building the future for our Commonwealth. This recognition belongs to you as much as it belongs to me. You make this job very easy to do when I know that I can count on all of you. As we move forward, let us continue to work together, fostering collaboration between the state legislature and our school committees across the Commonwealth. Together, we can create an education system that is not only prepares our students, like you see Ava Moore. I'm so very proud of you, young lady. It's actually my cousin, so it's in the blood. But it gets them ready for the challenges of tomorrow, and by also inspires them to dream bigger and to strive for excellence. In conclusion, thank you once again for this tremendous honor. I am committed to working tirelessly for our schools and advocating for policies that uplift our students and educators. Let us forge ahead with the unwavering determination to ensure that Massachusetts remains a beacon of educational excellence within our nation. Thank you so much. May God bless all of you. Happy holidays to all that celebrate. And wow, this is a great Christmas gift for me and my office, because I couldn't do it without my team or my family. I know my wife is at home with my children, making sure that they're ready for their half a day tomorrow. So, thank you, Miriam. Thank you, school committees. Thank you, Massachusetts Association for School Committees. I'm deeply humbled. This is going very high in my office around the rest of them. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Senator Gomez. Thank you. Sure, come on back here.
And last but not least, well, big shout outs to the Tigers. You had an incredible season here. And football at Blunt Park saved my life. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you to the Mass Association School Committee, all the members that came today, and Senator Oliveira, Glenn Kuchar, Devin Sheen, all of you here taking the time to come to honor Senator Gomez. Madam Chairwoman, thank you very, very, very much. Okay. We'll now move to B, to present Ava Moore, 12th grader at Putnam Vocational Technical Academy, a bouquet with flowers in recognition of her dedication service and leadership on the school committee as our student representative for the Student Advisory Council. And she really has done a tremendous job, very intelligent, beautiful young lady, very personable. And I ran into her parents at the police promotions that we did at Stick, and they reminded me with a video a number of years ago down in Kennefic Park on a youth development activity initiative we were doing. They were playing the Nene, and they got me out there dancing with all the kids. And who was front and center? As a young lady at that time, Ava Moore, who made me look good. And then they told me it went virtual. I said, yeah, I couldn't believe it. It's not because of me, because of Ava on it. So I, that was, I think, 2014 maybe.
Oh my.
Yeah. Yeah. So don't ask me to do the nay either. So with that, let me turn it over to Superintendent Dr. Zadonal. Yeah, to show the video.
Thank you so much, Mayor Sarno. I would pay big money to see that video. I love it.
You're an entrepreneur, aren't you, huh? Make a little money on the side. Way to go.
Love it. I love it. So, Ava Moore, thank you so much for your leadership. You are poised and you are well spoken, and you represent Springfield Public Schools students very, very well. You have garnered the respect of not only the members of the school committee, but I had the pleasure of speaking with some of your seniors at Putnam on a few occasions, and they were very pleased with your leadership and they hold you in high regard. So it is very telling when your peers speak highly of you. It means that you are the real McCoy and that you do excellent work. And we are convinced that the best is yet to come. Congratulations, well done.
Thank you, Superintendent Denal. Dr. Denal, any other school committee members? Ms. Hurst.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. You don't know this, Ava, because you're not here in the beginning at our organizational meeting, but this is like the best seat in the house because we always get to sit next to the student representative, and it means that we get to have much more intimate, detailed conversations and lots of chuckles and giggles, and even sometimes I'm like, what is going on? And so it has been a pleasure to sit next to you. I've known Ava's family for many, many years, growing up in the North End at the Spanish Christian Church. And so it was a real pleasure to be able to sit next to you. You are so prepared, as the superintendent stated, so poised. And I agree that the best is yet to come. All the best to you.
Thank you, Ms. Hurst. Any other school committee members? Vice Chair Gonzalez, please.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. Ava, I'll say this publicly. I was commenting to your mom earlier before the meet, and I said, we all have to get ready because you're going to replace us soon. So colleagues in government, let that be a warning to all of us. She had mentioned to me, I know you're not yet made a decision yet, that you were looking into political science and government as a particular choice of study moving forward. So with that being said, I wish you continued success. I know this, and I don't know, I'm full of Bible verses this evening. I got another Bible verse this evening. You like that? Okay. Well, and I said this to Mom over here, the steps of the righteous are ordered by the Lord. So with that being said, I wish you continued success, and God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chair Gonzalez. Any other school committee members? Ms. Gresham, please.
Ava, we wish you the best and thank you for all that you've done for your fellow students. You're going to go places.
Thank you, Ms. Gresham. Any other school committee members? Ms. Naylor.
Thank you for being here, for being present, and just giving of yourself, and not just being present physically, but you're mentally. Just really focus, bringing ideas to the table, conversation, things that make us think, advocating for your peers. And so just continue to do what you've been doing, and you're going to continue to get better and better and better. And I look forward to you being able to represent this city one day. So you keep doing what you're doing, young lady.
Thank you, Ms. Naylor. Any other school committee members? Okay, hearing none, the floor, the mic, the podium, the room Put your hands together for our excellent student representative from Putnam Vocational Technical Academy and a great nay dancer, Ava Moore.
All right. We'll show that video later. Okay? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But I just want to say thank you guys for this opportunity. I think it came as a surprise. That's for sure. I wasn't expecting to be here, and when it came, it was I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but Jose explained to me. He was like, this is what you'll be doing, and this is what is asked of you. And I was like, okay, I think I can do it. I think. So then once the first one I was really nervous. Second one I was really nervous. Then I think after a while I started getting more accustomed. And one thing that I've definitely learned is better public speaking, and I will give myself that, especially speaking in front of a crowd, but also leadership. And I get to see the leaders that you guys are and what you guys do for our community, like the background behind it. And I think it has played a lot in my decision when applying to colleges because I've seen what is capable, especially for young students in this district. This district is full of different minorities and different circumstances, and I don't know the next person's situation, but you can always do what you want to do, and that I've seen throughout my community, and especially being here, I've seen that you can do what you put your mind to, and through the grace of God, you can always do what is meant for you. So thank you guys for the opportunity.
Hey, come on down, come on over here. Beautiful, intelligent young lady gets beautiful flowers. Ava, those are for you from all of us. And ready, we're going to do the nay. Great job, Ava.
Fight for sore eyes.
Very nice. Well, the youth parade of positivity in the city of Springfield continues because we're going to recognize, and I'm going to see you guys Monday morning too, right back here too. Recognize and prevent certificates to the Springfield youth football teams, 7U, 9U, 12U, 13U for representing in the American Youth Football National Championships held down in Naples, Florida, under the leadership of longtime coach Wayne Barber, who's the 5A program, and was always happy to support and fund that. And you're not only helping these young men excel on the field, even more importantly, you're helping them excel off the field. And what has become a pipeline for the powerhouse Central High School football team in cultivating that. So we're very, very proud of you. I will turn it now over to Superintendent Dr. Deneau. And why don't you guys all come down? I know school committee members want to say a few words before we honor you. The Tigers are in the house.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I do not have an athletic bone in my body, but I do recognize those who have just done an amazing job with our youth, developing their character, instilling in them perseverance, developing their tenacity, and just making sure that they persevere and pursue excellence on the playing field. On all of those skills and attributes translate to the playing field of life. So we applaud you and appreciate you. Thank you for the many, many sacrifices that you've made in order to support the youth of this city and to develop them and to let the best selves come out. And we really thank you. I remember all that I had to do for my nephew when I was raising him and he was playing football and lacrosse and all of those things. So I can only imagine, that was for one child, I can only imagine the sacrifice that you make for your family time, your personal time, your self-care, the sacrifices you make to support these young men. We applaud you. We appreciate you. Congratulations, Tigers. Well done.
Thank you, Superintendent Dr. Donnell. Other school committee members?
Mr. Mayor, may I?
Ms. Hurst, yes.
Thank you
Your
so
kids are
much.
football players too.
Yes,
Soccer.
and I apologize. My son couldn't be here. He too had practice, but we were one of the fortunate families who were down in Naples this year, and we were down there 2 years ago. But before I launch into that, I wanted to build on what the mayor said about a youth parade of positivity, because oftentimes we only hear about the bad that's
right.
happening.
Yep.
And there is a lot of great happening in this city and with our youth, as we just saw with Ava and all of the young people that spoke before us. And when we were down in Naples, I was having a conversation with one of the parents who said, you know, I really feel like the boys don't get the recognition that they should, and if they do, they don't get it until they get to the high school level, and then it's on signing day. But there's this long trajectory that's taking place, and as the mayor said, this program has been a feeder to many of our high schools, and many of our student athletes have gone on to go to amazing post-secondary institutions. And a couple of weeks ago we had, you know, Pop Watson on football, you know, playing for Virginia Tech. And so even if that's not the case for everyone, these young men are scholars and athletes, and the parents and the coaches who give day in and day out to make sure that these boys have every single thing that they need so that they can be successful and be state champions and New England regional champions, and to even make it to Naples, Florida for the national championships is nothing to hang their heads about. This is like amazing work. And I will just say to you that when you get there, it's amazing. Like, there are people from all across the United States that are there. There's hundreds and hundreds of kids that are there, and it is no small feat to get there, and financially, physically, and so it's a lot to be celebrated, and I think we should celebrate you at every point in time that we can. And they did study hall, and we had film, and we had practice, which all allowed me to be able to work remotely while they were doing their thing. But the fact that they had these boys on a routine and a schedule, and they got to meet people from all over the country, I think is just really amazing, and prepares our students to be scholars and athletes.
Nice job, Mr. Any other school committee members? Okay.
Sure,
hearing-
Mr. Mayor.
Oh, Mr. Collins, okay.
You know, guys, your participation in youth sports is building character traits in you that are going to stay with you for your entire life. You've learning the ability, you've developed wonderful character. You've learned to not give up when you think you can't give anymore. There's always a little more you can do. And you've also learned to turn around and pick up your fellow athletes. And these are things that are going to stand you well as adults, and you're going to be great members of the citizenry of Springfield. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Collins. Coach, before you and the guys speak, from all of us and the school committee for each of the teams, from 7U all the way up to 13U, Springfield Public Schools, Springfield School Committee, and Superintendent of Schools hereby recognizes Springfield Youth Football Team, 7U all the way up. We have single ones for each one of you to 13U for showcasing outstanding athleticism, teamwork, and sportsmanship while representing our community at the American Youth Football National Championships held in Naples, Florida, under the dedicated leadership of Coach Wayne Barber. This team has demonstrated excellence both on and off the field. And young men, you cannot lose with that combination. On and off the field, in and out of the classroom, you can go places. This is presented on the 19th day of December 2024, signed by myself, Dominic J. Sarno, and Dr. Sonia Donnell, and all school committee members. We are so very, very proud of you. And now, Coach, the podium and ball players is yours. Congratulations.
So I didn't really prepare anything, but first and foremost, I want to thank everybody for having us. It's actually an honor to be here in front of the school committee because the one thing that we preach is being a student athlete. And I always tell the boys, it doesn't matter how good you are on the field, if you don't have the grades, you're not going anywhere. And the proof is in the pudding, which some of you guys have already mentioned. We are the feeder system to all the high schools in the city, but more importantly, to Central High School, which is a powerhouse and known nationally. So I have to give credit to Coach Watson, who's my partner. We came together, we started this years ago, and one goal in mind, one city, one goal, one team, okay? Before we were divided, no longer divided, now we're united. This year, under the leadership of Coach Mark Jenkins, we added a 7U team, which is the youngest team that we have in the program. We now have 8 divisions in the conference. We're now the largest program in New England. All 8 of our teams made the state championship game. 7 of those teams won the state title. Then went on to regionals. 5 of the teams represented and won the region and qualified to go to nationals in Florida. So that was our 7U, our 9U, our 12U, our 13U, and our 14U actually qualified as well. But as a coach, I made a decision not to take the 14U because we had some injuries, some other commitments. So if we can't compete and go down there because the main goal is to go get a national title, we're not going to waste people's time, money, effort to do that. So while they qualified, we didn't take them, but technically we had 5 teams that made it to nationals. So that's an honor, and no other program has done that over the last 3 or 4 years. And I just want to, I know I get a lot of the credit. There's a lot of time and effort that goes into this, but honestly, these young men get up every single day, 5 days a week, 6 days a week, and they have to go to school, get out of school, they have to come to practice, they have to be on their grind. And I ran into some educators the other day at the store, and they said to me, because I had a Springfield Tiger shirt on, and they say, "Hey, Coach, some of my best students are players for you." And they was like, "We never have no problems with them." And I was like, "You better not, because otherwise I'm going to run laps." Again, I just want to thank you all. I want to thank the parents that took time. As Ms. Hurst said, we have a lot of kids that are dual athletes. So while we have over 200 plus kids, a lot of them are at basketball games right now. Some are doing wrestling, some are doing off-season training. So they're out doing other things. And, I'm only as good as the people around me. So thank you to Coach Mark Jenkins. Thank you to our board of directors. Pam is here today. Thank you to the parents that showed up today. Ms. Hurst, I appreciate you. And I also want to give a big shout out to Senator Adam Gomez. He tells me all the time what the program did for him when we were
5A, yeah.
His son played as a Tiger. He's a big component of what we do and an advocate, so I have to thank him as well. And that award that he got was well deserved. So thank you.
Coach, hold on one second because we're going to have you all come up. We'd love to present and shake everyone's hand. And I know Ray Jordan, State Rep Ray Jordan, looks down upon us from heaven when he started this 5A program, and you exemplify what it was all about.
Yes.
Doing well on and off the field and doing well in the classroom. So we commend you. Why don't we have the guys come up and introduce themselves on the mic and tell what position that they play? Come on up, gentlemen.
Hi, my name is Ivan Miller, and I'm number 59.
And what position?
D tackle.
All right. Down right. Down.
My name is Ephraim Cruz, and my number is 69.
What position?
Offensive guard.
All right. OG. Okay. Yeah, I want the little guy right there too.
Mason.
What's your last name?
Glades Nelson.
How old are you?
7.
What position you play?
Guard.
Okay, another OG. All right, guys, very good. Who's next? Who's next?
His nickname is actually 5A.
5A. Okay. 5-tool player then, huh? Okay.
My name is Rayvon Turner, and my number is 0. I play O-line and D-line.
Oh, both ways. Okay.
My name is Carlos Marrero, and I'm number 27,
What position, Carl?
defensive end.
Defensive end, okay. Steve?
My name is Jameer Coleman, number 11. I play middle linebacker.
Oh, okay. Mike Singletary there, okay. Coach, come on up. What position you play, Coach?
I play linebacker.
Okay.
But I'm Mark Jenkins. Everybody knows me as Coach Waddy, though. And I took lead of the 7U program that Coach Barber was talking about earlier. Yeah. So we got the little guys out there. He's one of them. There's a lot of them, but they're busy. Some of them at wrestling. I'm going to go run and pick some of them up now. But it was very important for us to start at that young because, like Mrs. Hurst said, when we go to nationals, you're seeing 5 and 6 year olds running around all over the place. And then we're wondering why we're not as competitive when we first go down there. And it's because we're starting a little too late. So we thought it was a great idea this year to kind of start at that 7-year-old age and get some 6-year-olds in the mix as well.
Thank you. Thank you, Coach. Let's go.
Mike Williams, Coach Mike, coach the linebackers representing the 9U Tigers. Team couldn't be here, prior engagements, obligations, but we appreciate the being honored for making it down to nationals.
Thank you very much. As Mr. Hurst indicated, you could be the next Pop Watson, too. Player of the week, Virginia Tech, bowl bound, and I think Virginia Tech has found their quarterback. And I know each and every one of you young men are going to find your way and continue to make yourself, your family, and the city of Springfield and your coaches proud. Come on down, everybody. Want to shake your hand.
I just add that we also had another young man who's at Bucknell. His name is Tyreek Thomas, and he actually won Rookie of the Year this year. Yes. All right.
Mason. Okay.
Congratulations. 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 You're welcome.
Tigers are in the house. Yeah, I know they're your coach. I know they're serious. Okay. Congratulations, guys. Mason, where'd it go, buddy? Okay. We always love to see that positivity in our youth parades, highlighting the talent that we have here in the city of Springfield, on and off the field. With that, we're going to now move to voting items. A, to approve Central High School's overnight field trip request to Babson College in Wesley, Massachusetts, departing January 13th, 2025, and returning January 14th, 2025. Superintendent Dr. Denal, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. As you know, it is critical for our students to extend their learning beyond the four walls of the classroom. And we know that Central High School has a vision to ensure that our students are learning at the highest level. One of those opportunities includes this field trip to Babson College to the Transformative Learning Experience. This is a student expo that entails an opportunity for students and teachers to engage in leadership panel discussions, as well as to demonstrate their projects at the expo. One such project is entitled Does College Make Sense? I'm going to ask for Teresa Skelly to come at this time.
Thank you, Superintendent Dr. Denault. Ms. Skelly, thank you.
A teacher at Springfield Central High School. I teach for the language-based learning disabilities program. I teach mathematics. The project Does College Make Sense was a project where students researched two different careers, where they compared the cost of the education behind the career and then the money they would make from that career to determine which career would win out. This allowed students choice in their education and allowed them to also demonstrate higher level math skills, the specifics being systems of equations for this unit. During the course of this project, we worked really closely with the company that runs this project-based learning experience, a transformative learning experience, Springpoint, and we were invited to bring students to a regional expo. Students in my program don't often get this type of opportunity, so I think it's very important to be able to bring these students to see that they are capable of achieving at the same level as their neurotypical peers, and really just have something to add to their resume to let them realize that should they decide college is a path that would make sense for them, both as something that can support their personal goals, but also as something that can help them with their futures, both financially, and they also, in this course of this project, researched benefits like healthcare, retirement, work flexibility, and qualitative versus quantitative aspects of their careers.
Thank you, Ms. Skelly. And by the way, the Babson College president is Stephen Spinelli, who is a South End native, the creator of Jiffy Lube, and he probably always puts coming right from the south end of the city of Springfield. We also do some stuff with him through my police department, supervisory leadership, Babson, great institution. So I'm sure they'll get a lot out of it. I don't know if there's any questions or comments from school committee.
Mr. Chairman?
Vice Chair Gonzalez?
Yeah, I'd like to move that we approve Central High's overnight field trip request to Babson College.
Motion made. If there's only questions or comments, motion made by Vice Chair Gonzalez. There's second.
Second.
Second by Ms. Gresham. Roll call vote is required. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Ms. Monroe Naylor?
Yes.
Mr. Collins?
Yes.
Ms. Gresham?
Yes.
Ms. Hurst?
Yes.
Attorney Murphy? Absent. Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes.
Mayor Sarno?
Yes, more than sufficient votes. Matter passes. Have a great time. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Skelly.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. B is to approve the Springfield Conservatory of the Arts same-day field trip request to Wyvern International Festival in West Hartford, Connecticut on January 25th, 2025. Superintendent Dr. Denault, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. You cannot turn on the radio this time of the year without hearing a song by Pentatonics. Pentatonics is by far one of the most recognized and talented a cappella groups, and it is wonderful to know that our students here in the city of Springfield, they are learning how to sing a cappella. It is not easy. Those of us who sing a cappella, I shouldn't say us, people who can sing a cappella are very, very talented because you can't hide behind a musical instrument. So we are pleased that Revolution is making their third trip to this outstanding, very prestigious festival. I hope Marcos Carreras is here. Okay.
Yeah, Mr.
Hello, everybody.
Oh,
hey.
Sing us a song, Marcos.
Oh my gosh, Feliz Navidad.
Okay.
So I think good evening, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Null, for having this moment. Thank you all the school committee members and Mr. Mayor. I think all of you are well aware of the work that our students bring to the stage, not only in Springfield, but throughout the Northeast. And I think this is our year to make some magic, to keep the student success train and celebration train going. Toot toot, we continue to do that with this group revolution. So I've been teaching for 30 years, and to use the sports analogy for all of our Tigers coaches out there and so forth, that you know that success is really hindering on the amount of leadership that you have in the group. So of the 20 singers that are making their third trip to this festival, we have 12 of the 20 singers are seniors. And I'm proud to say that all 12 of my students have been accepted into multiple colleges.
Oh.
So, and as you know, that's something we take great pride in, and particularly in my program, both in the band and choirs, I have 100% graduation rate and college acceptance of my students. So I'm super thrilled that we'll be taking. Thank you. Thank you. So for this event, we are one of the favorites this year with the amount of leadership that we've had, it being our third time. And so we look forward to representing the city and sweeping everything out of that event. So we're going to be having a big party train, the Springfield Express coming into West Hartford and coming in with a limo coming back.
Thank you, Marcos, very much. Thank you for your dedicated efforts.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to,
Gonzalez.
thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to move that we approve SCOTA's field trip this evening.
Thank you, Vice Chair Gonzalez. There's a motion made. If there's no other questions or comments, motion made by Vice Chair Gonzalez. There's second.
Second.
Second by Ms. Naylor. Roll call vote is required. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Ms. Monroe-Naylor,
Yes.
Mr. Collins,
Knock 'em dead, yes.
Ms. Gresham,
Yes.
Ms. Hurst,
Yes.
Attorney Murphy, absent. Mr. Gonzalez,
Yes.
Mayor Sarno.
Yes, more than sufficient votes, this matter passes. Thank you very much. Good luck, Marcos and crew. C is to approve Central High School's overnight field trip request to Wright State University in Dayton, Ohio, departing in March 13th, 2025, returning March 16th, 2025. Superintendent Dr. Donnell, please.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor. I'm going to ask James Brown to come at this time and just share with us the significance of this field trip and the academic connection.
Hi, ma'am. I'm retired Lieutenant Colonel Chris McLean. I'm here in lieu of Master Sergeant Brown. My plan here is to turn it over to the cadets and let them explain to you the educational experience they're going to have.
The award-winning junior ROTC out of Central High School. Come on up, ladies. Congratulations.
Good evening. I'm Cadet Second Lieutenant Sedano, and I'm a third-year drill team member at the Springfield Central High School AFJ ROTC drill team, who I'll be speaking on behalf of. Every year, our program has the honor of competing in the AFJ ROTC drill competition in Dayton, Ohio. Throughout the years, our program has placed highly in nearly every category, in both armed and unarmed categories. The ones we compete in are regulation, inspection, exhibition, and color guard, duels, and armed solos. In recent years, we had two-time second-place duel winners in a row and fourth-place winners. We also place highly in all the other categories. We spend 4 days on our trips to prove ourselves and show off the wonderful things this program has to offer and can achieve.
Hi, I'm Cadet Second Lieutenant Saham Abdurrahman from Springfield Central High School. Now that Cadet Sedano has explained to you what nationals, I just want to quickly brief what our 4-day itinerary will look like. First day of nationals, we leave Springfield Central High School. We go to Buffalo, New York. We usually stop at Niagara Falls. Cadets, you get to watch the waterfall. We visit the souvenir shop, and then we would find a place to eat. After that, we would leave Buffalo, New York. We would go to our hotel. We would sleep over. On the second day of nationals, we would continue our journey to Dayton, Ohio. At Dayton, Ohio, we spend the night. The next morning at around 5 a.m., we go to the Nutter Center where we compete at nationals. We finish at approximately 8 p.m. We will continue then our journey back to Buffalo, New York. We will spend the night there on our third day of nationals, and then the following morning around 10 a.m., we will leave Buffalo, New York, and we will come back to Springfield Central High School at around 4 p.m.
Very good. Very structured. Award. Are there any questions or comments from school committee members? We're very proud of each and every one.
Mr. Chairman,
Vice Chair Gonzalez.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve Central High's overnight field trip request to Wright State University.
Motion made by Vice Chair Gonzalez. If there's no questions or comments, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Gresham. Roll call vote is required. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Ms. Monroe-Naylor,
Yes.
Mr. Collins,
Yes.
Ms. Gresham,
Yes.
Ms. Hurst,
Yes.
Attorney Murphy, absent. Mr. Gonzalez,
Yes.
Mayor Sarno,
Yes, more than sufficient votes. Matter passes. Go get him. Congratulations. Central continues to be in the House. D is to approve Central High School's overnight field trip request to Bridgeton High School, Bridgeton, New Jersey, departing April 25th, 2025, and returning April 26th, 2025. Miss Neal, the podium, the mic, the room is yours.
Thank you. All right.
Well, first of all, wait a minute. Superintendent Dr. Deneau. My fault. Dr. Deneau.
Ms. Neal, the podium, the mic, the floor is yours.
All right. Hello, everybody. I'm Cadet Major Addison Neal. I'm a senior from Springfield Central High School, and I am a part of our AFJ ROTC program's drill teams, who I am speaking on behalf of. Outside of our teams, I'm also our program's wing commander, which is essentially akin to a president position for our program. Our drill teams get the chance every year from the late summer to the spring to practice in preparation to compete, as not just a team, but as one big family. We compete with one main goal in mind: to showcase what our hours of practice with plenty of blood, sweat, and tears has allowed us to create, and honor the cadets who have helped us pave our path of success. Last year, the New Jersey competition was the first time in our program's opportunity where we had the opportunity to go and compete in New Jersey. In our first ever time with these newfound competitors, one of the categories we competed in got a nearly perfect score, in 1,190 out of 1,200.
Wow.
This was another first ever in our program's history. This trip is an amazing opportunity to help expand our competition and grow within the drill team scene across New England, and hopefully stimulate the possibility to one day extend even beyond, to possibly cross all the United States. We would love to have the school committee's approval to have the opportunity to continue to get the Springfield Central High School MA11 AFJROTC's name and reputation out, even farther beyond the confines of Massachusetts. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Neal. Questions or comments?
Mr. Chairman.
Vice Chair Gonzalez.
Thank you. I move to approve Central High School's overnight field trip request to Bridgeton High School.
Thank you, Vice Chair Gonzalez. Motion made by Vice Chair Gonzalez. Is there any, if there's no questions or comments, is there a second, please?
Second.
Second by Ms. Naylor. Roll call vote is required. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Ms. Monroe-Naylor,
Yes.
Mr. Collins,
Yes.
Ms. Gresham,
Yes.
Ms. Hurst,
Yes.
Attorney Murphy, absent. Mr. Gonzalez,
Yes.
Mayor Sarno,
Yes, more than sufficient votes. Matter passes. Go get him.
Thank you. Oh.
We'll now move to E, an expenditure of $200,000 from the EOC Foundation for the After the Bell grant. Superintendent Dr. Deneau, please.
Thank you, Mayor. I keep forgetting to turn my mic back on. Thank you, Mayor Sarno. It is refreshing to have partners who care about our students as much as we do. The EOS or EOS Foundation for the After the Bell grant is one such opportunity, reflecting the values and the beliefs of the EOS Foundation, and they have partnered with us to ensure that all of our students have breakfast. So I am calling Chief Pat Roach to come and share any additional information with you all so we can make a decision for our children. Thank you, Pat Roach.
Mr.
Thank you,
Roach.
Dr. Deneau. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
The Foundation has been a partner with us for quite a few years. They've helped us grow and expand our Breakfast in the Classroom program, and they recently called us and asked how they could be helpful in supporting us once again, and they're offering us $200,000 that'll allow us to refresh our equipment in the Breakfast in the Classroom program, so new bags, serving trays, and things like that, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you, Pat. Any questions or comments, Mr.
Mr.
Roach?
Chairman,
Vice Chair Gonzalez?
I move to approve the expenditure of $200,000 from the EOS Foundation for the After the Bell grant.
Motion made by Vice Chair Gonzalez. If there's no questions or comments, is there a second, please? Ms. Gresham, you have a question? Sure.
Yeah.
Madam, go ahead.
So this is district-wide, correct?
District-wide, yes.
All right, thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Vice Chair Gonzalez is quick to,
Yeah, so-
but that's okay. We move the, if there's no other questions or comments, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Gresham. Roll call vote is required. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Ms. Monroe-Naylor?
Yes.
Mr. Collins?
Yes.
Ms. Gresham?
Yes.
Ms. Hurst?
Yes.
Attorney Murphy? Absent. Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes.
Mayor Sarno?
Yes, Board of Official votes, matter passes. Thank you very much. F is to approve an appropriation of carryover in the amount of $15,556,000 to fund investments on the list that is attached. Superintendent Dr. Deneau and Mr. Roach is also here too.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We have, as I have mentioned so many times, an award-winning budget team. And because of their conscientious approach to budgeting, we are fortunate to have an opportunity to use funds to continue to strengthen the infrastructure of our buildings and to continue to create learning spaces and learning communities that are conducive to maximizing student engagement as well as supporting the joy of learning. As you know, aesthetics matter, and I'm fortunate to have a team of folks led by Chief Pat Roach that recognize the need to ensure that our buildings, our facilities, our infrastructure is nothing but the best, cutting edge, and 21st century ready. I'm going to invite Pat Roach to come back to the microphone and provide clarification or additional information as needed.
Thank you, Dr. Deneau. Mr. Roach, please.
Thank you. Some of the items that we have before you for the carryover vote is $7 million for the facility summer projects. That's our annual capital renewal program. We do a lot of painting, we do a lot of floor tiles, and a lot of refreshing of classrooms. And it's been really successful, and we'd like to continue to do it. We're also planning to replace an HVAC system at Friedman Elementary School. We're going to be relocating the refrigeration at Talmadge and Brunton to the exterior of the building. That's going to allow us to remove kitchen equipment that's currently in the hallway and which is considered a fire hazard. And so we'll actually get to take care of that problem. The Information Technology Department is going to get $1.41 million, and it'll replace Wi-Fi routers, some servers in the data center, and have some software upgrades for cybersecurity and our Nearpod software. And then human resources, there'll be $40,000 for a refresh of our onboarding system, updating the materials, as well as $6,000 in training for our safety and security. And I'm happy to answer.
Thank you, Mr. Roach. Any questions or comments, Mr. Roach?
Mr. Chairman.
Vice Chair Gonzalez, let me bet what he's going to say now. I'll make
I
it kind of.
actually have a question.
Oh, I would have lost that bet. Vice Chair Gonzalez, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Chief Roach, I just had a question. Do all of our school buildings, do we currently have a capital needs assessment that's assisting you and your team to make these determinations on which schools need what? I'm assuming there's an assessment that you all have on file.
Yes, we do.
Okay. My next question to you about the capital needs assessment for all these buildings, I know that and I said this last year, and I'm going to continue to bring this up because it's in my ward, in Ward 1, about our alternative schools and the buildings that they're in, which are outdated school buildings and tend to be very old and historic. And I just want to know, have they been considered for these things? I know there was a tremendous investment at the former Lincoln Elementary School that's right by the Bay State Hospital campus. So I'm just curious to know where those lie, as it relates to capital needs.
All three of those schools right now are undergoing HVAC renovations, and we're installing air conditioning in all three of those buildings as well.
Okay.
The alternative schools at Lincoln, we've done the shutdown there the past couple years, so they are off. We do a 10-year cycle, so they're off until the next time we get back to the cycle. Public Day High School was the exact same, and I do believe Public Day Elementary will be getting some refresh as well.
Very well. Thank you, Mr. Roach.
Thank you, Vice Chair Gonzalez. Any other questions or comments? Hearing
Yes,
none.
Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Collins, yes.
I just always like to take the opportunity at this time to let the public know that there are no pockets of money. There are no slush funds that are sitting there. Sometimes people might look at a budget, agenda item of $15 million and think we have money hidden all over. Our budget is a $500 million. We're going to start planning next year's budget next month. So you're planning 6 months before the budget cycle begins and 12-month cycle. And no matter how closely you plan in a budget of that size, every dollar in every individual account may not get spent as you thought it would or on time. And so Pat's department does an excellent job of tracking that. And that's where this money comes from. It's not money that's been hidden or late or laying around. It's money that, for whatever reason, certain departments won't get to spend. So we take it and do needed things for the department. I just want the public to understand that we don't squirrel away money. But we don't waste money. At the end of the year, we take what we have and we spend it for good purpose. Sounds good. Good to hear.
Sophistication that we have on it. But it was good. You held the meetings as you said you would, and I appreciate Vice Chair Gonzalez that we need to move on this ASAP. At one of the meetings, even Police Superintendent Larry Akers was there, myself, Adam Pham that we had, Fenn that we had there. Everybody could explain the situation on it. So it was good to have that dialogue. I think everybody understands some misinformation that was out there, and hopefully we can move forward and get it on the organizational meeting for January 3rd. So I thank you on that, and thank you, Vice Chair Gonzalez. Any other questions or comments? Okay, thank you for the report, Ms. Monroe Naylor.
You're welcome.
D is Curriculums and Program Committee, Ms. Hurst.
No report at this time, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. E is Budget and Finance Committee, Mr. Collins.
We dealt with the items that we discussed.
Thank you, Mr. Collins. Any questions or comments? Okay, F is Vocational Education Committee. Attorney Murphy is absent. I hope that he's feeling better. G is Technology Committee. Vice Chair Gonzalez, please.
No report, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much. H is School Safety Committee, Ms. Gresham.
No report, Mr. Mayor.
And again, Ms. Gresham also was at those meetings too as a school, so we appreciate that. I is Diversity, Equity, Inclusion. Ms. Hurst, please.
No report at this time.
Thank you, Ms. Hurst. Now we'll have the report of the student representative, the expert in the nay. Oh, she had to leave? Oh, no, you're there. Okay, I didn't see you there. Okay, that's what I thought. Ava Moore, our senior representative from Putnam Vocational Technical Academy. Ava, the mic is yours.
Thank you very much. Good evening, school committee members. As you know, my name is Ava Moore, and I'm a senior at Putnam Vocational High School. Putnam has hosted and will be hosting another FAFSA Frenzy event to ensure that every student who needs their FSA ID and their FAFSA completed has the support in and outside of school to complete it to the best of their abilities and to ensure that they receive the best financial package for their future endeavors. On Tuesday, November 25th, our cosmetology shop paired with Monarch Barber School, so Putnam students could receive free barber services including basic lineups, tapers, and fades from both their barber students and instructors. They had about 40 students who showed up, but the support was tremendous. They supported both of our cosmetology students and also Monarch's barber students. And lastly, Class of 2025 has held a restaurant fundraiser with Hot Table on December 4th at Breckwood Shops location, where 35% of all the proceeds went right into our bank accounts and towards prom. We have been working alongside with our advisors for our upcoming fundraisers that I will hope will add to our Class of 2025's bank and increase the amount of student engagement. Our main hope for our class for this upcoming year is both, yes, to pay for all necessary expenses, but to also savor these last 5 to 6 months, because as we go into the real world and build memories with one another, there's no going back now. Throughout these past few months, I have learned a few things from sitting in this seat, including how to be a better listener and, of course, being a better public speaker, which will come in handy come graduation day, which I need. And I've also seen a little bit more about how my community works behind the scenes and what happens, and how learning to step out of my comfort zone has built me as a better person. It shows what it is to put the effort in to do something great, and being the Springfield student representative has brought opportunity to me that I never thought was possible. So I thank God, and for that, I also thank you guys for having me here. So thank you.
Ava, you're fantastic. And I would make book you're going to do fine during your graduation speeches. Okay. Any questions or comments on Ms. Moore's report? Okay. Hearing none, we'll now move the report of Superintendent. Dr. Denal, please.
Thank you, Mayor Sarno. Just wanted to publicly thank Principal Johnson and his team at Putnam. We were able to have a gathering there today of grace and gratitude, and Chef Tex and the seniors in the Culinary Arts Department did an amazing and outstanding job. So we applaud them. I would like to remind the school committee members that there is a memo and the contract report in your folders for your review. And there's also a very brief PowerPoint presentation that was created by Chief Pat Roach concerning the air conditioning for our buildings. I'm pleased to say within the next 5 to 7 years, 99% of our schools will have AC. And the only reason it's not 100%, it's not because they're not going to be 100%, but we are in discussions about certain buildings that we don't currently own. So it's going to be 99.9% of all of our schools will have AC. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Superintendent Dr. Denall. Any questions or comments? I just like to say, piggybacking on Dr. Denall's comments, we were on with the Mass School Building Authority. Was it last week? I can't even remember anymore now. And because of our financial stability and strength, I think we went 9 for 9 or 9 out of 10 for the rehab programs. But we're also now getting in line combination of Kensington and White Street School, my old grammar school, to build that new school. And we're moving to, what should I know, music to Vice Chair Josiah Gonzalez and my former colleague now is City Council Maria Perez, second phase of the Harena School moving forward. So that takes us to it'll take us over $1 billion of new schools and rehab schools built in the city of Springfield, the most in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts under my administration and all of us. And we have a great working relationship from Treasurer Goldberg on down. And I have to say, and Superintendent Denault was on, we had the whole team on there to present. So a lot of those cities and towns, when they're making their presentations, many a times it's if they can get a Proposition 2.5 override. But because of our financial strength and stability, we are able to do that. And to get the air conditioning in some of the buildings we have. I mean, Kensington and White Street were built in the early 1900s. Lincoln Brightwood's been a great example. DeBerry Swan has been a great example. So we're going to keep building new schools and rehabbing our schools on it. So I just wanted to piggyback on that. So we should all be proud of that, the team that we have, and we like to continue to make those clean sweeps. Any other questions or comments from Superintendent? Yes, Ms. Gresham.
So with Commerce High School and Van Sickle has exited underperformance status.
Yes.
Will they be now a part of public schools, Springfield Public Schools, or that's a work in progress, or what's happening?
I'll let the superintendent know. That is, be a work in progress on it, and we're very proud of both exiting that and. We have a great combination of what we do in our public schools and all of them, including the Springfield Empowerment Zone. But those are discussions that are ongoing, how a structured transition will occur, when and if at the appropriate time. The other thing, too, is we want to make sure that we continue the flexibility and we continue the funding sources that come about in the creative things that we're able to do, not only public side, it's all public side, but on the ZEB side. So I'll let Dr. Denault expound on that.
The mayor has covered every point that I would cover. Everything that the mayor has said, we are in full agreement, and we will definitely keep everyone posted on any progress we make.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gresham. Thank you, Dr. Denault. Any other questions or comments pertaining to Superintendent's report? Okay, we'll move to unfinished business. Any questions or comments?
Mr. Mayor, I have a question.
Yes, Ms. Nick.
It's actually something it's unfinished from like a long time ago, but something I wanted to bring back up for us to have on an agenda, hopefully for either the working session or the next full body meeting for discussion. However, one of the things that I brought up as a concern a little over a year ago was the fact that we do not have an assistant superintendent currently. And I know that when former Assistant Superintendent Lydia Martinez retired, we talked about whether or not there was a need and capacity for us to be able to move forward and have someone in that position. I'm feeling even more strongly about that now after the year that we had, that we absolutely need to have an assistant superintendent, and I would like for us to be able to have a conversation about that as a body. as to how we move forward with reinstating that position.
Thank you, Ms. Naylor. We'll make note of that. Any other questions or comments? Anything else on unfinished business? Okay, hearing none. New business?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Ms.
also a new business thing. For the new business, I just want to ask for us to add to a future agenda in January as well, for us to identify what the strategy is going to be for us to talk about graduation requirements. As many of us know, we voted
Good point.
as a Commonwealth to get rid of the MCAS as a requirement. It doesn't mean that our kids will not take the MCAS, but it does mean that it's not a requirement for graduation anymore. So we do want to talk about what that now looks like as we think about how do we continue to be competitive, how do we continue to challenge our youth and make sure that we are assessing that they're ready for college. And so I would love for us to be able to talk about what that looks like. A lot of school committees across the Commonwealth have already started having this conversation, and I think it's very imperative for us to do so as well.
Thank you for bringing that up, Ms. Naylor. Vice Chair Gonzalez?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. By way of Ms. Hurst's recollection and good memory, I just wanted to acknowledge our new Secretary of Executive
Trini, way to go, Trini.
His first meeting. I also wanted to acknowledge Ms. Montemayor. I think she had to go, but maybe she'll watch the recording for sticking with the body through some turbulent times. So I just wanted to thank her for that.
Thank you, Vice Chair Gonzalez. Anything else on new business? If not, I have a couple of things here. I want to thank Superintendent Dr. Sonia Denal. The holiday card was really nice. Nalia Arizari, Nalia Arizari, and that went out, and it was really a beautiful card. Polar bears looking to the sky and the stars there, and she really did a great job. We want to commend her on that. And to the T-Birds, how about them T-Birds? They reached out to our schools, Talmadge, Beale, Mary Walsh, and Dorman, floor hockey donations and doing that and getting kids involved. Good physical ed there. Maybe some of them will be skaters. I couldn't skate to save my life. I fall right on my behind. We appreciate that. And the last thing I'm going to say, and I think I sent out some correspondence to Dr. Denal and to school committee members. I've had reach out from many members of our community on behalf of Travis Best, and who still continues to be involved in youth development. Great, I mean, one of the all-time greats to come out of Central High School. And I had even continued running and emails and letters that have come to me, which I forwarded. And they brought to my attention, and I talked to Trav. He says, "Hey, Dom, Trav, you deserve it." About naming the Central High School basketball court after him. So I know the proper procedure is to bring it out and then go to subcommittee and bring it back. But I think that would be a no-brainer. And again, he has stayed fully connected with the city of Springfield with his foundation. So, and again, it was not him. It was not him. Believe me when I tell you, and very humble and genuine and just a great guy. And again, one of the all-time greats. Went on to become an outstanding NBA player. Was a great player at Georgia Tech. An All-American in high school. Played that game at the old Civic Center there. So if we could do that, I think it'd be great. But again, I want to follow protocol that I'm putting it out there now. And if we could go to the proper subcommittee, I don't know if that's building and maintenance, I'm not sure. And then if we can bring it out, and then we'll hold a ceremony for Trav on it. So I appreciate your indulgence on it.
Mr. Mayor, if I
Mr.
might, the
Collins.
order, we need to put it on the next agenda and then have the committee refer it to the building and maintenance, and then we can do it, and then we can bring it back up. So it would have to go on our next agenda.
And I did speak with the Principal Tokars, and I did speak with Tom Ash, Executive Director of Parks and Facilities, and they, no problem, they can be ready to go whenever the school committee gives the okay on it, and then we can hold a ceremony on it. So I think it'd be great. Is there any other new business at all? If there is not, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion by, was it Ms. Gresham? Is there a second? Nobody wants to adjourn. Okay. Seconded by Ms. Hurst. Roll call vote is required. Mr. Clerk, who has done a very, very good job, Trini, call the roll.
Miss Monroe Naylor,
Yes.
Mr. Collins,
Yes.
Ms. Gresham,
Yes.
Ms. Hurst,
Yes.
Attorney Murphy, absent. Mr. Gonzalez,
Yes.
Mayor Sarno.
Yes, more than sufficient vote. This matter passes. And again, on behalf of the school committee, we wish you a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, a Happy Kwanzaa, and a joyous and healthy and successful